my gosh, bro. Alright, this is my last try. We gotta, hey, this is the last chance. Let's see if it work. If it don't work, hey man, we gotta look. Broski. New channel. Create a broadcast. Public live stream. Financial, crypto updates. Everyone create. Copy. Boom, boom. 12, 11, 25. Post. Okay. Cause bro, my Wi-Fi ain't went out in forever, bro. So for it to just go out of nowhere, bro, like, come on, dog, be for real. Hey, good thing I got hotspot on, bro. Now hotspot come in clutch. All right, so this, everything looking good, everything looking smooth. Let's see. We should be straight now. Let me post this in the in the Discord. I think we good now. Yeah, we straight. Okay, bet. Let me post this in my Telegram group. I should have no worries because I'm on hotspot. I think it ended last time because it tried to connect to my my Wi-Fi again instead of just staying on my hotspot. So let's see what happens. YouTube chat pulled up. Put that right there. Yo, what's good, Hush, bro? I think you should go live on YouTube too so that more people can find out about you. Yeah, I'm live on YouTube right now. It's just my Wi-Fi was tripping. My Wi-Fi hasn't tripped in so long, bro. It just randomly turns off today as soon as I'm about to cook. I started cooking on Total. I cooked on Total for like 5 seconds and then boom, Wi-Fi just went out. I don't even know if it went. Let me see if it's back on. I'm on my hotspot now though, so we should be straight. Yeah, the Wi-Fi out. I don't know what's going on with the Wi-Fi. It might be one of those dikes. They might be out there trying to fix a pole. Somebody probably done hit a pole out there or something, bro. I don't even know. But we good. We back. Hey, no need to fear. K4 is here. Stupider. Oh, bro. All right, let's get back to work, bro. Simple. The work is gonna get continuous. As simple as that. Let me see something real quick though. I need to make this smaller. I want to be able to read chat. So I'm gonna go ahead and move this like that. Okay, boom. I can see my chat for YouTube now. Shout out to everybody who joined back. We about to get right. What's good, YL? I'm gonna call you YL, bro. I don't know how to pronounce that. It's like Lodge. Like, I don't know, bro. I'm gonna just be like, yo, YL. Bro, YL for short. Oh, bro, I can't pronounce that, bro. I ain't that smart. All right, so as far as Total, let's get back to work. Okay, so we did have a 10-minute market structure high, and it looked like we just broke market structure. Back to bullish on the 10-minute very aggressively, and this is Total. I'm updating Total right now. So we got a low time frame breaker structure back to bullish. We have liquidity that just got swept, and we tapped into our first level of resistance. So now I have to draw some more demand POIs because I'm not gonna put too much emphasis on this right now. Right now we have an aggressive move higher. Got this demand POI right here. More refined demand. We got this demand kind of, it got mitigated, but we got this 1 minute block right here. I just put it on my chart just cause. And this is what we're looking at as far as the POIs for right now in total. Yo, what's good, Harsh? Make sure you drop a like on the stream. Appreciate you tuning in. It's my third stream, my third time trying to start a stream. It's crazy. I don't know what's going on. I'm just going to look at this as a liquidity grab right now and just mark out that supply POI. So now, total is updated. Y'all bear with me. I'm going to update these charts on my X and then my server at the same time. That way, I can multitask. So let me update this on X. Total 1. High probability POIs. Simple. Copy, post. If y'all want to show love on my post on X while I update these charts, would it be much appreciated. Call me whatever you want. All right, back. Yo, ATML, what's good, brother? Back to business, bro. Ain't nothing to stop. They try to stop me. You can't stop me. I'm sorry. And it's crazy because I just bought Hotspot from I just bought Hotspot probably like a week ago, literally. I ain't have Hotspot this whole time, but I just bought it, so it's like it's perfect timing, you know. Good thing I invested in a little Hotspot for times like this. I used to rhyme like this for times like this in the matter of time I spent on some locked ups in the back of the paddy waddock getting locked on. All right, all just aside though. All right, total is updated. Let me post it on market cap real quick. Coin market cap post. Boom. ETH looks good. Okay, bet. We're gonna check out ETH. Give me 1 second. Let me hurry up and update these majors because you wanna make sure that your majors is in confluence. Okay. Right now, I'm just gonna put this as regular. Market maker demand right here. I'm gonna try to update these POIs as quick as possible. So if I stop talking, it's because I'm trying to cook. I need to cook right now. I feel like I'm behind. Let me stop. Okay, did we break market structure back to bullish? More than likely we did. I think we did. Well, we broke. It's the same thing that happened on total. How on total, you broke market structure, but then you came back up and swept it. Swept that high once more before actually having to move down. So you broke market structure right here, and then you came back down, you swept that low. And then you had to move up. Right now we're rejecting from this supply POI marked out. That's not really a clean POI. Let's see where we're rejecting from real quick on the lower time frame. I'm gonna get rid of this. Looks as if we're rejecting from some supply up here. No. Okay, not really rejecting from no supply, to be honest. We'll just look at this as a liquidity grab, and then we do have supply up above right here, but we didn't mitigate this low time frame supply. So let me hurry up and move this over. Yeah, I would just look at this as, okay, we came up, we got some more liquidity, and now we're seeing an aggressive sell-off. Just got to see what happens. Do we continue to sell off right here? Do we come back, tap into the supply? Time will tell. Let's see if we're creating supply on the move down right now. We have this supply POI right here. I'm gonna mark out these low time frame POIs just to be aware of them. It's always good to just be aware of your supply POIs. And we have another one right here. I will look at this as the most extreme supply that created this aggressive move down. You probably can use this whole entire block, to be honest. Yep. This the more refined supply. Move this over. That is not even. Supply POI right here. And then this whole entire move is supply. So we actually creating supply on the move down, which is nice. And we got to see what our market structure looking like. Our higher time frame market structure would be this 15-minute market structure right here. We SFP'd it, we SFP'd it. And then we SFP'd it again, kinda. And then we finally got that aggressive breaking structure back to bullish, or back to bearish. Okay. Do we have any demand that got created on the move down? Let's check our demand POIs real quick. See where price could potentially bounce from, where we have support. Let me check chat real quick. Okay, we good on chat. Okay, so we had I don't really see. Okay, I can use this as a demand POI. Let's see, what is this, a 15-minute, 10-minute? So it would be, so a 10-minute order block, this last bearish candle, aggressive bearish candle before the move higher, leaving inefficiency. We can use that as a demand POI. See if we have any more above that. It looks like we do. Just want to be aware because I feel like USDT is meant to go lower based off being in the confirmed distribution schematic. But if we fail to lose these demand POIs, then the model could fail very much. But got liquidity right here. Let's see. Got this demand right here, these last few bearish candles before the move higher. And it's kind of backed by this more refined demand. And then we have a whole bunch of liquidity resting right above it. Put your hands in the air if you ain't been broke in a minute. Now put your hands in the air if you trying to repent for sinning. Okay. Liquidity. So these are the most like high probability POIs that you can be looking at right now. Right now we coming down. Oh, we already grabbed this liquidity right here. Okay. I'm trying to hurry up and cook so I can go check Ethereum. But I was going to check Aster first because a lot of people have been saying that Aster looks really good. So if Aster is looking as good as everybody's saying it is, I don't want to, take too long to do Aster. Because if there's an entry that I could potentially give y'all, then, I want to be able to give that to y'all. But right now we had an aggressive sell-off. We came and we grabbed all this sell-side liquidity. And now we kind of just right here. Nice special. It did take us a while to break structure back to bearish. We felt to break it right here, then we felt to break it right here, and then we finally broke it right here. After an aggressive expansion like this, we may start to see some type of range formation, range creation. Expectation order flow is a lower high for a lower low, so I wouldn't expect price to lose these highs, because if we do, then we kind of just have nothing but buy side liquidity up above. So we will see. Let's go to the higher time frame. These are our POIs for USDT dominance. Okay. Let me post these. Let me update these in my chat real quick. Let me update these in my community. It's gonna take me 1 second. USDT.D. High probability POIs. Struggle to break market structure back to bearish. Expectational order flow is a lower high for a lower low. We can potentially expect some type of range creation, some type of range formation after seeing an aggressive sell-off, an aggressive move towards the downside. Okay. Put that in bold. Move this down a little bit. Move that down. Boom. Copy, post. How has y'all trading been? If y'all in the chat, let me know how y'all trading been. How's everybody trading been going recently? Forward this, boom. Alright, we're finna jump into BTC. And then we're gonna hit up either Aster or Ethereum. BTC. See what BTC is doing. It looks as if we bounced from this demand POI right here. No, we did not. Okay, but so this demand POI is still valid. We swept through all of this. We broke our market structure, our 30-minute market structure low. Let's see what's going on. Let's check the volume profile for BTC. Okay, not really a shift in volume. Alright, so we did break our two-hour market structure high back to bullish. Expectation order flow is a higher low for a higher high. Right here we broke structure back to bearish on the 30-minute, but the higher time frame is always going to be more important. So now we can mark out our supply POIs to where we could potentially have a rejection from. If we start to squeeze past those supply POIs, then most likely BTC is going to continue going higher. My bias for BTC is higher because USDT is in a confirmed distribution schematic. And the way that we came down, it looks as if we left a lot of buy side liquidity above. So y'all can see all of this is mostly buy side liquidity. I think we got some low time frame supply right there. Yeah. Let's see what the supply POIs is looking like, and then we'll go from there. I'm gonna change this to this. And let's see, do we have any high probability supply POIs? could use that as a supply POI. I'm not gonna put too much focus on these very, very low time frame supply POIs unless it's something like this. Well, like if it's something like this, then I'll put importance on it. Because this is just, you can see consolidation right here, and then we had an aggressive expansion, nice buy to sell that left this supply POI up above. We have some more supply above. Looks as if we have all of this whole entire move is supply, and then we have this last 1 minute supply POI. More refined supply. Okay, we actually already squeezing through that, so I would just pull this one out. On the move up, we are leaving. Let's see. On the move up, we're leaving sell side liquidity below. We have this 1 minute demand POI right here. I'm just put this on my chart because this demand POI is backed by liquidity. So whenever you have like triple lows, triple highs, and it's like a nice 1 minute demand POI, it could give a strong reaction. So it's good to be aware of it, because most people might be looking at this demand POI but fail to realize that it's a demand POI right here. Especially if we start to squeeze past this demand right here. If we start to squeeze past this, then they might not be looking at that one. Let's see. Yeah, BTC pushing up right now. People was talking about a distribution schematic on Aster. I don't know what Aster looking like. And then YL, you said, or not YL, Harsh from YouTube. You say Ethereum looks good. Does Ethereum look good for a potential distribution schematic or accumulation schematic? If you're still in the chat. Okay, BTC is clear. Not too much to look at on BTC. We got our POIs marked out. Expecting higher prices until proven otherwise. Yes, we broke 30-minute market structure back to bearish, but overall, USDT isn't a confirmed distribution schematic. So I'm going to continue to just expect higher prices on BTC. We got a 2-hour market structure, breaker structure back to bullish. We came down, we tested that demand POI, and I knew if price was to get the rotation down, I was like, if we lose this area right here, then more than likely this is going to fail. But as you can see, we're currently bouncing from here, which is actually good. That's what you want to see. That's exactly what you want to see. We're having an aggressive expansion right now. Sooner or later, we probably end up consolidating, creating some type of range. But as of right now, these are POIs for BTC. Go ahead and update this in my Discord, and I'm gonna check out. I'm gonna read chat. Yeah, this is nice. Boom. I'm in a risk-free APT short. Okay, smooth. Yes, sir. Turn me up. Turn me up. That's what I like to hear. Risk-free. Can't go wrong with a risk-free trade, boy. Just let it play out. Whatever happens, happens. You know what I'm saying? Oh, bro. Beautiful. Good stuff, AT. Or ATML. It's hard for me to say that. I get tongue twisted a little bit. Let me... Why? ATML. ATML. I gotta say that bit fast. That's why you can't say it slow. ATML. Oh, bro. Alright, BTC. BTC high probability POIs. Let me update this in my chat real quick, and then I'm gonna jump to Ethereum real quick. Or I'm gonna look at Aster first, because I said I was gonna look at Aster, so let me actually look at Aster first. Oh, I'll look at Ethereum. If I see something on Ethereum, then I'll do Ethereum. But if not, then I'm gonna do Aster. So BTC high probability POIs. Currently respecting our demand POIs that got created on the aggressive breaker structure back to bullish on the aggressive 2-hour market structure high breaker structure back to bullish. Expect a potential range formation after having an aggressive move towards the upside. Boom. We might get some type of range formation. If we do that, it'd be good, because then we can use that as, you know, data to know what's the next move that BTC is going to have, depending if we get a high probability distribution schematic or accumulation schematic. So let me update that. Okay, now I'm about to check out Ethereum. Yeah, shout out to my boy ATML, man. No cap. I'm on a risk-free trade on APT. Stop playing. Stop playing, man. He does this. Feel me? Keep working, ATML. Bro, grind don't stop. I might have to join your goddamn group so I could have been in that APT. Oh, bro, it look like we squeezing through the supply POI right now. I'm not going to put too much significance on it as of right now, because, yo, we squeezing. I don't think that's going to do too much. It really ain't too much to look at for real. I mean, I can try to look at. Yeah, it's nothing to look at as of right now. We did break market structure back to bullish on a higher time frame. Let's see. So it was just a 2-hour market structure high, and we got 2 consecutive bullish candles right here, or no? Okay, that's not 2 consecutive bullish candles. So right now we could have some type of range formation right now. It could be getting confirmed. So we can keep an eye out on that. But besides that, not too much to look at on BTC. So let's move on to Ethereum. Ethereum. Okay. Said that you saw a high probability. Said you saw a setup on Ethereum. I don't see nothing on Ethereum right now. Let's see. We're bouncing from this demand. Ethereum looking like BTC really. Set the volume profile. We got the volume area low backing this supply POI. So that's interesting. Good to keep an eye out on that. But let's see what we have on the lower time frame. Top down analysis. Do we have 1-hour market structure? We really don't have no type of market structure, bro. No breaker structure back to bullish until 30. This would be our 30-minute market structure high. And we SFP'd it, but SFPs can be temporary. So we got an SFP on a 30-minute market structure high. This is that trend line on the higher time frame. If y'all look at Ethereum, it's been like respecting. It's always having some type of reaction coming towards this trend line, this downtrend line, this uptrend line. So it's good to keep it on your chart. You can use it in confluence with setups. But let's see. We just mark out our supply POIs that's up above. We have this liquidity. I guess I'm doing Ethereum first. Let me check Aster real quick and see if Aster actually doing anything or not. Shout out to everybody in the stream. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Last time I did a stream, we caught a beautiful long on Teo for, I think it was a 20%. Oh wait, why am I going to Teo? Because I just said it. Where's Aster? Aster. Everybody been looking at Aster for a potential distribution schematic. And we just went past this supply POR for a potential internal model 1 distribution schematic. Alright, I'm gonna just go back to Ethereum because I don't really see nothing on Aster as of right now. Nothing crazy. Aster's in a weird place. You know, if you're trying to short Aster right now, I would just be patient, to be honest. I mean, it could be, let's see though, what's the time displacement? 2 days, 7 hours, 2 days, 3 hours. Okay, so that's actually pretty good. It's just this aggressive move higher right now. You have room for error. So you wouldn't even be able to enter no time soon. Unless this would be your 1 minute breaker structure. Let's put that on my chart. Let's send alert right there. See what happens. But you do have room for error. So you wouldn't enter on that breaker structure. Yeah, because this is demand. That's back in the breaker structure. So you would need to get a reconfirmation in order to get a convincing like entry. You would need to see price come down, bounce from here, come up, and then get your reconfirmation. But the move up, it needs to be slow. Preferably, you will want to see a bounce from here, come up, leaving sell side liquidity, right? Everybody longing. You grab this liquidity POI right here and break structure back to bears. If that happens, that's your entry. Go crazy, bro. Go crazy. And then if you get that precise entry, as soon as price creates a lower high for a lower low, the moment it creates that lower high for a lower low, you can already de-risk your position. And this would be a very, very high risk to reward setup. Targeting this low of this potential distribution schematic right here, where this is your initial range high. Oh wait, this would be your high, this would be your, oh shoot, I didn't mean to do that. This would be your initial range high, this would be your deviation of the high, and then this would be your third top. So then you would even target lower. You would target all the way back down there. Yeah, that'd be a nice setup, like over a 10, 15. We have a confirmed high time frame accumulation on Aster, so not interested in the mid time frame distro. Also volume profile and efficiency at the premium section of the range. Let me check that out. Volume profile and efficiency at the premium section. Is it a higher time frame that I'm not looking at? In the premium section of this range, like it would be something like this. Honestly, range and efficiency. This is a nice volume profile to me, ATML. I like when you have a distribution schematic and your volume area high is really close near your breaker structure, and then your POC is inside the premium section, and then your volume area low is kind of near the equilibrium. And it's kind of evenly distributed if you look. It's kind of like a little gap right here, but overall, it's a nice distributed volume profile. So maybe I'm looking at something different. Maybe I'm looking at something wrong. But never high probability. Non facts. It's not high probability, bro, because you got liquidity resting above. Like this you wouldn't want to just, if you do take this trade, it's like don't risk 1%, right? Maybe risk 0.5, 0.3, and just like I said, if you get this entry right here, then it don't matter, because if you get an entry like this, it's like you're chilling. If it don't play out, more than likely you had the opportunity to de-risk your position. But trying to enter right here, like, that's a no-go. That's not worth it at that point. You got room for error. It's only a 4%. Like, nah, I'm good. I'll wait for a low time frame, 15-minute range, and take that trade and get 4% instead of this, you know, taking this. Nah, you right though. I'm gonna chop it down a little bit more, but yeah, not high probability. We do have supply up above. Did we reject from this? Okay, we did reject from that. I don't know. I'm gonna check after. But you say it's in the confirmed accumulation schematic, so yeah, definitely would be more cautious trying to take a distribution schematic for sure. As far as Ethereum though, let's see what's popping. We got these highs stacking up on Ethereum. We have a supply POI right here, kind of backed by that trend line. Go to the lower time frame, see if it's actually valid. Let's actually see what supply POIs we have. Could use this as a supply POI. I don't like to use supply POIs from the right side of the chart, like right here. That create a lower high for a lower low, especially with all this, like these highs up above, and that's not high probability. I'm not even gonna put that on my chart. Let's see, this is mitigated. This is not mitigated. I like this supply POI right here. And then is this valid? I think it is valid. This is the more, that last sell to buy kind of, that last bearish candle, and then you got these consecutive 4 bullish candles, but I don't think it's an actual block. You got a 5-minute block right there on a lower time frame. It actually looks clean. I would use that 5-minute block, and then maybe we have a higher time frame. Let me see, higher time frame block, 10-minute, 5-minute. Okay, so we got structure supply too. And let me see if it's valid. And it definitely is valid. Nice. And then we can just draw this liquidity right here. Well, actually, I'm not even gonna draw that liquidity. I'm going to draw this supply POI right here. We actually continue to make supply. Like, we have a lot of different supply POIs, but it's like the more, all of these is high, so I would kind of look at these as liquidity points, and this be like the overall best supply POI to get a rejection from. But I'm still gonna put it on my chart just to be aware of it. I'm gonna just make it 6%. Oh shoot, I put 60 now. Okay. And then we have another supply POI. Like, dang, crazy. Now this supply POI, I would make it regular. I will actually put importance on it because we also have liquidity backing it up. So we grab this liquidity and then mitigate the supply with a high probability distribution schematic. That would be a nice setup, but currently we don't have a range formation. No high probability range formation at the moment. So we can drag these supply POIs over, and then we have all our supply POIs marked out. And I'll keep this liquidity right here. We actually bounce from this demand POI, and let's see if we have any demand being created on the move higher. We got a whole bunch of sell side liquidity. Nothing but lows stacking up, which if we end up getting a distribution schematic, then you can look to target these lows and potentially lower, especially if BTC starts to go lower. But I'm expecting higher prices on BTC. See what BTC doing real quick. Okay. We have a nice demand POI right here. Wait, no, we do not. I take that back. No demand. No demand POIs. Till right here. So we have that demand POI. We have this demand. Let's see what type of demand that is. Is it a 15, 10-minute order block? 5-minute? 3-minute? So it's like the kind of like structured demand. Yeah, because you had this high, then you had a low, and then you had a lower low, lower high for a lower low, and then you brought structure back to bullish, leaving inefficiency. So this is a demand POI. These are our two demand POIs that we can look for potential reactions from. But I'm not gonna lie, no high probability range formation at the moment, so it's not really too much to look at. These are a lot of supply POIs, but I just gotta have them on my chart just to be aware and just be, just be prepared for anything. Okay, bet. These are some RPOIs for Ethereum. I got a message. Who sent me a message? I'll look at it later. All right, Ethereum. Ethereum clear. It's nothing really to look at from Ethereum. We broke market structure back to bullish right here, or we SFP'd it, and then we SFP'd it again, and then we finally SFP'd it again. Bro, what, bro? Why we failing to break structure back to bullish? So this is a breaking structure back to bullish, and this is kind of that demand that got created on the lower time frame. If we don't bounce from here, more than likely we go take out all these lows. So I put high importance on this one because it's kind of near that breaker structure, right? Expectation on order flow is a higher low for a higher high. So maybe we come down, we bounce from there, potentially, but time will tell. So let me actually use this picture instead. I'm gonna post that. Boom. Altcoin updates. Boom, boom. Ethereum. No high probability. No high probability range formation. Stay patient. Simple. There's nothing to be looking at on Ethereum if you trade how we trade. If you trade ranges, you gotta wait for a high probability range. It's that simple. Post this in my chart. Post it in Discord real quick. Boom. Boom. Alright, now I'm not even gonna look at Aster, bro, until this alert goes off. If this alert goes off, I'll see what type of supply POI we may have created on the move down to where we would just patiently wait for a price to come back up and respect that supply POI. As of right now, it's nothing really that you should be looking at. I ain't gonna lie, ATML. Oh wait, you on that short? Okay, never mind. You on the short. I need to look at that ABT short though. Re-entry? Question mark. Can I get a re-entry? This will be your extreme liquidity. I'm putting an alert right there. What? It's your extreme liquidity. If price creates a lower high for a lower high for a lower low. If we get this lower low right here, this breaker structure, then this will be our extreme liquidity. And like I said, if price come back up, leave a nice sell side liquidity, then maybe you could try to take this if you get a very precise entry that allows you to de-risk your position quick. But is it gonna happen? Who knows? Yeah. So Ethereum is good. Nothing really to do except for set your alerts. I would set an alert at this POI right here. And set an alert at this high since we're seeing a move down right now. And maybe we create some type of range. Maybe we sweep this demand, create some type of confirmed range, come down, bounce from this, and then come back, maybe sweep it, and then boom, something like that. Maybe we get some type of high probability accumulation schematic. Next, Doge. We check. Okay, we're good. What is Doge doing? We tried to pre-plan a distribution on Doge. It wasn't really. It didn't give a high probability entry. And this ended up going into a higher time frame distribution schematic where you don't have 2 consecutive bearish candles on the higher time frame. So this is one tap and this is your third tap right there. So this is the distribution schematic right there. Make that blue. Just get rid of these highlighters. And go to a lower time frame. Go ahead and delete that. Just be aware of this demand right here, or this distribution schematic. I can delete all of this. If you was in my stream last night, then you know, like I was saying, how that wasn't really a high probability distribution, and it ended up pulling back and actually creating a third tap. But was it a valid entry? Did you have a valid entry? That's the most important thing. Could you have taken that trade? No, your breaker structure was way down here, and you didn't have no supply POI. You had a liquidity POI. So how you could have did this is this would have been your extreme liquidity, because it's your first lower high for a lower low. You came back up, you grabbed it, and you would have had to wait for this low to break. And you did have nice lows below, which is actually nice. So if you wanted to, you could have tried to take this trade on the breaker structure. It's a little sketchy. Put your stop above this high because price should not come any higher, because this is an LPSY, last point of supply, if you follow the Wyckoff method. And that would have given you a crazy, like you would not have been able to de-risk your position. Basically, you would have just had to thug it out if you was in drawdown. And it only just for what, a 2.24% gain. It's not worth it. It's really not worth it. But it ended up playing out. But it's like for a 2% gain, bro, I don't know. If it would have gave you a better entry and you could have maybe tried to make like 5-4%, then it's worth it to me. But I mean, it still played out. So if you did take this trade, that would have been smooth. I can't hate you. But now we potentially have a distribution schematic that goes over into accumulation schematic. So I'm gonna put this range back on my chart because we now deviated the low. We see a move back inside our range, right? Even looking at our secret levels, and we come back down and we tap into some type of third top POI. Let's see where our third top POIs would be. As long as we keep all these highs intact and we get a slow grind down, and we come into a third top POI, that'd be nice. Actually, let me break this down a little bit more. Because did we accumulate down here? Do we have market maker demand? On the 15-minute, this will be your initial range low, your initial range high. You sweep it. This is really just one move down. Then you get one move up, one move down. If you're looking at it from like a 6 candle rule. But this would be your range. And then you would have had your one. This is really just one deviation. And then this would have been, yeah, never mind. I would just look at this as just a 1, a 2, a 3, and then you get the higher low, and you get the higher low again. So this is some type of cumulative price action at the while deviating our low, coming into our technical target of the distribution schematic. So actually, we're gonna see if we have a nice demand POI that we could potentially bounce from, market maker demand, that got created on this leg, and it looks as if we do. But remember that we do have an obvious demand POI resting below, so price could sweep this low, right, and then confirm an accumulation schematic potentially. So you just want to be prepared for both scenarios, because either one could play out. But if you get your confirmation for a model 2, you take it. It's that simple. If it's a high probability confirmation, you can take it. This is your more extreme demand. Like if price come down here and tap into this demand, there's no reason to go higher. The high of this candle is 17,193. This one is 17,193. So this is some type of order block. 45-minute, 30-minute, 15, 10-minute, 5-minute, 3-minute, 2-minute. So it'd be 2-minute structure demand, and then you have a 10-minute order block. So I would just use the entire 10-minute order block, and it's valid on the lower time frame. It's the first one that I pulled. Wait, is it valid? Looks sketchy. Definitely looks sketchy. Hold on. That's not valid. That's not valid because you opened, you came down, and then you moved up. So I wouldn't use that. I would just use the 2-minute structure demand as a POI. We can set an alert right here, and depending on what happens coming into this POI, that'll let you know, like, okay, do I want to take this trade or not? If we come down slow, say we come down slow, creating lower highs and lower lows, then we come down and we create some type of 3-tap model, right? Another 3-tap model, and you get your confirmation, that's high probability. It doesn't have to happen like that, but if it does happen like that, that's when you double down on your risk on these type of setups. Same way you got this like accumulative price action right here. If you come back down, coming into this market maker demand, this would be a high probability setup, especially with BTC going higher. Well, we're expecting higher on BTC because USDT is in a confirmed distribution schematic. That's nice confluence, and yeah, you could take this. But this is your more, I would prefer for price to tap into here. You could draw out this demand POI right here, But if you get a breaker structure back to bullish and it's just like a simple like market structure pull, it's like something like this. It's like price could always just give a fake breaker structure, reject from some supply maybe, and then go lower. And do something like this. That'd be lit. I ain't gonna lie, that'd be tough. This one of them setups where if it happens, you can pass your prop firm challenge in one trade. So I didn't mean to do that. Put less significance on this. But let's actually look at the volume profile also, because the volume profile plays a huge part. Okay, the volume profile doesn't look that bad. If we get that slow grind down coming into this market maker demand and you start to see this volume area low shift down here and the PLC shift down, the volume area high shift towards the equilibrium, that's going to be extra confluence. So I'm just going to actually, I'm going to pre-plan this just in case it happens. But all you really need is a slow grind down and then your breaker structure back to bullish confirmation. And this is a potential setup that could play out because you got to remember, I'm just going to actually be aware that we could go over into a model 1. We did break structure back to bullish, our 3-hour breaker structure back to bullish, and then we get a distribution schematic that can go over into accumulation schematic to push price higher and give price that fuel needed in order to go higher. So I definitely like this play right here. So I would definitely keep an eye out on this. Yeah, this definitely looks clean. Let me actually post this and then we are good. Let me see, where's my OBS? I'm gonna drag this to a different monitor. Let's see. 1 second, chat. Window capture. Trading view. Okay. Because I want to take a good picture of this. So I'm going to use my bigger monitor instead of my laptop screen. That way it can be cleaner. I use a 30-minute. All right, that's good. Boom. All right, put this back over here. All right, let me update this. Update this one. This is one that you want to look at. Keep it in. Somebody say Ethereum look good. Harsh say Ethereum looks good. So shout out to Harsh. I don't know if that's what you were saying. If that's what you meant by Ethereum looks good, then hey man, you on to something, my guy. Keep working, keep going, keep studying on, bro. Yo, what's good, S? What's good? Last word. How's it going, bro? Getting that. How do you pronounce that? Odyssey? I think it's Odyssey. G9. No, I'm definitely gonna get that, bro. I have to. Like, you recommended it, brother. I'm definitely gonna get that. I gotta invest in it. I should be working soon. I'm about to get back to work, get me a little job, a part-time job. And yeah. I'm definitely gonna invest in that. Bro, this could continue to push higher. Actually, hold on. Where could we potentially reject from? Let's see. Do we have any supply above where we could reject from? We got this supply near the equilibrium. I wouldn't want price to come all the way up here. I would like for price to just leave these highs intact. So it's like you would just want to see price start to just reject right now, really. And that'll make this very high probability. Yeah. All right, so let me post this on my X. Ethereum. Potential high probability setup in the making. Bro, I like this one. Potential high probability setup in the making. Would love to get a slow grind down, a slow retracement, into our market maker demand POI prior to getting a breaker structure back to bullish confirmation. It's that simple. Just wait for your confirmations. You know what I'm saying? Trade your confirmations, not your expectations. And normally I show y'all everything that I'm typing and stuff, but right now I'm not. But normally, like, let me just pull up my OBS real quick. I'll actually show y'all. Forget it. I'll show y'all. Go to my Omen. Normally I'll show y'all everything that I'm doing while I do it. Just cause like it's like, okay, y'all part of the stream, y'all see everything I'm doing. Potential high probability setup. Trade your confirmations, not your expectations. Would love to get a slow retracement toward market maker demand POI prior to getting a convincing breaker structure back to bullish. Boom. So I post this on my X. I like it because I'm always gonna like my posts. I don't give a damn. I'm my #1 supporter. And then I post it inside my channel. If it's high probability, I'll let the VIP members know. And actually, I'm gonna be generous and I'm gonna let everybody in the community know. Let everybody eat, cause that looks super clean. I'm posting on X anyway, so if you on my Telegram or you on X, you could see it. And then I post inside the TCT community, and then forward that to the technical knowledge for the people who don't have VIP. And boom. And then I post it on my coin market cap. Put bullish. No, I ain't gonna be biased. Should I put bullish? I'm gonna put bullish because this is a bullish post. I ain't gonna be biased. And yeah, that's how I like post my charts and stuff. But that's enough of that. I'm just gonna show y'all my trading view. Set your alerts. Alert set at this market maker demand, and I'm gonna set another alert at this demand PO. Oh, I'll set an alert right here actually. Add an alert right there. You could set an alert right here too, just to be careful, because price could come back and you could get your confirmation right there and still take it depending on the pullback. But yeah, we'll see what happens. It's just like you could have already entered this trade on that breaker structure right there. That would have been nice if you was aware of this, of that low time frame accumulation schematic. It's kind of like sketchy a little bit, but if you see price start to create a range, you deviate the low once, deviate the low twice, and then you start to see a higher low for a higher high, another higher low for a higher high. You can enter on that breaker structure, right, and just say that, okay, this is your 1, this is your 2, but it's like it's an accumulation schematic, so you can enter on the low time frame entry for a high time frame target. expecting price to continue going higher because expectational order flow is a higher low for a higher high on a higher time frame. But be aware that price can push up and then have a slow grind down, coming back, mitigating market maker demand, or maybe sweeping that low once more, mitigating some of this demand that's got left below this breaker structure back to bullish, and then have the rotation back up. So just gotta be patient. Trade your confirmations. If you didn't already get an entry right here on this breaker structure, then don't try to chase price because you might end up getting chopped up and it's not worth it no more. I was supposed to delete that. I don't know why I had that on my chart. But wait, this is Doge? Oh, I'm tripping. No way, this is Doge. I'm selling. I put Ethereum, bro. Somebody, bro, help me. Oh my gosh. I put freaking Ethereum on all my on all my stuff. GG's. Ain't nobody say nothing. Y'all dead wrong, chat. I gotta update all this now. Hold on. Let me update this real quick, and then we're gonna move on to Fartcoin. Best monitor I've used for trading. Hey, say no more, brother. I believe you though, cause I was researching like ultra wide monitors, and I remember seeing that one, bro. And I should have been got that. I should have invested in it, but then I went to Best Buy and I was like I was trying to get an ultra wide monitor, but then one of the workers had suggested this Omen monitor, and it's pretty nice though. I'm not gonna lie, it's a nice monitor, but it's probably nothing compared to that monitor for sure. That's why it's so expensive, because it's an investment. But hey, if you're making money and you know what you're doing, you can invest in those type of monitors. Definitely need to invest in it though, cause I would prefer something ultra wide. Right now I'm using my gaming laptop, right? But I want to get me a PC. Get me a PC and have me a nice setup with my PC, and then I'll probably use my gaming laptop if I'm like away. I like having my laptop right now because I can take it with me. I take it with me everywhere I go, to be honest. I keep my laptop on me just in case, because most of the time I'm working no matter where I go. But yeah, definitely gonna invest in that. I got to. Kalichi, what's good, brother? Welcome to the stream. Let me post this one more time on my coin market cap because I put I put Doge instead of Ethereum. So I need to update that real quick. Boom. Paste. Change that to Doge. Okay. And then also I'm gonna put my X on. Copy. Boom. Okay. So next we're looking at Fartcoin. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. Conversation got boring. Potential lower high for a lower low. We still looking at this POI for a potential reaction. We got our alert set. And like we ran through this demand POI. Let's say we broke market structure from the high. So we did break market structure. Right here we have our 2-hour market structure, and we broke that back to bearish. But the way we broke it, it wasn't really convincing. It was kind of like a slow grind down before eventually before dumping, but you did leave buy side liquidity above, which price could later come back for that. We have been creating higher lows and higher highs. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and normally, like if y'all know about the that 1, 2, I forgot, I don't know what it's called, but it's like when price creates like 5 legs or something like that. I think it's like this. Let me double check though. Let me see. 5-leg market structure theory. Y'all know what I'm talking about? Is it Elliott wave? Is it Elliott wave or am I tweaking? Because Elliott wave just popped up first. I don't know why. It said, oh yeah, I think it's, the theory suggests that market prices unfold in cycles. Hold on. Can I show y'all? So it's right here, I think. The theory suggests that market prices unfold in cycles of 5 motive impulse waves in the direction of the trend, followed by 3 corrective waves against. I think this is what I'm talking about. I think something like that. But if you continue to like create like 5 market structure highs, eventually you probably gonna end up getting like a lower high, or you gonna start to break structure or something. Especially we came right up here, we grabbed this liquidity POI. Yeah, it's kind of expected. And then we had all this sell side liquidity below. It looked like we didn't grab all of it. So let's see where exactly we bounced from. One of my biggest trades was on Fartcoin like a long time ago, and now my biggest trade is on Aster for 150% gain. That is crazy, bro. But hey man, when you keep putting in that work, eventually, you know, you're gonna be able to catch these type of setups. Like you're gonna be able to catch 150 R setups with a very precise entry. So let's see, we end up bouncing from here. Bounce from this demand POI, good to know. Gonna move down, we got buy side liquidity. Let's see. Do we have any supply POIs being created on the move down? So we have this supply POI. This like the most extreme supply POI. This last 1 minute bullish candle before the aggressive expansion towards the downside. We came up, but we never mitigated it. So now I would just use this as my liquidity POI. And it's like low probability, but I'm still gonna put it on my chart. Let's see, do we have any other supply POIs, any high probability supply POIs? I see nothing but buy side liquidity for real, for real. We kind of have this supply POI. I definitely would use this as a supply POI and put importance on it, because I think this whole entire thing is supply. If you was to pull it from this low all the way up here, this whole entire thing is supply. Let's actually see what time frame it is. Two four that. So I'm not really seeing a valid supply POI. I thought I was gonna see like some type of order block. Let's go to the higher time frame. Yeah, there's no order block. I thought I was gonna be able to see an order block. That would have been cool. Yeah. I mean, yeah, no order block, no structure supply. So, not really high probability if you pull it from there. But this is a valid supply POI where we could potentially get a rejection from. Because we did see a very aggressive expansion towards the downside. And then we also have this supply POI right here that we can put on our chart that's backed by liquidity. I'll put more importance on this one because if we start to lose this one, maybe we continue to go higher and grab all these highs. So I'll put less importance on this one, but still be aware of it because just because I put less importance on it don't mean nothing. If the market maker want to go all the way up there and reject, then hey, that's what's gonna happen. I don't control the markets. I just, I try to trade with the market makers. It's as simple as that. Put this over right there. Let's see if we have any other supply POIs. As y'all can see, I stay going straight to like the 1 minute to find my POIs because I tend to see like when you have those very refined supply POIs, price love to like get a good reaction from them. So instead of just using like a 15-minute order block, actually go to the lower time frame, take your time and see what POIs really look clean. That's how you be able to like pre-plan setups because if we come into this POI and we create a high probability distribution schematic, then you already, you pre-planned it and it's like all you gotta do is execute at that time, man. Because like where you want to potentially see your high probability schematics. So just be aware of those POIs. It's a nice one. We could come up there and create some type of distribution schematic. If we continue to get that slow grind up, leaving all this sell side liquidity, then you can already target way down here. And then you got a very, very high probability setup. You de-risk your position, take your partial at the technical target of that distribution schematic, and then potentially look to extend your take profit, especially if you get a lower high for a lower low, because we did break structure back to bearish right here, and we have nothing but sell side liquidity all the way down here. And then even on the higher time frame, we're creating lower highs and lower lows. This could be a lower high, or my fault. This could be a lower high for a lower low. That's why I put potential lower high for a lower low target right here. So you just got to be aware of that, pre-plan, and just be prepared just in case it happens. If it comes into the supply POI and it just squeezes, then it's like, okay, cool. There's nothing for me to do except for still wait for my high probability setups. But let's see if we have any type of demand that got created on the move down. And I don't see no more high probability supply POIs. Do we have any up here? We got one right here. It's a nice supply POI right here. Had all this consolidation, this choppy price action right here. Really a symmetrical triangle where you have price just kind of squeezing on both sides before breaking down towards one side. And then you lead the supply POI. And if you pull your volume profile, it probably looks clean. Let's see. Yeah, so you could use this as a nice POI, potentially. But I don't know. It looked like it might squeeze. We might squeeze through it, though. We'll see. This would be the highest probability POI right here, though. I like this one. Because this is where we kind of had that very aggressive sell-off. So if we end up pulling back up, we may get some type of setup coming into that POI, potentially. Keep this on my chart though. You could just set an alert at that high. Let me read chat. Okay, bet we good. Chat straight. We do have demand being created. We got some type of demand being created on the move higher. Let's find these high probability demand POIs. I'll put this one on my chart. If we lose this demand POI, then obviously we're gonna go lower and take this low and probably see a full rotation towards this liquidity POI right here or this demand POI, because this is like the last demand. It's the last demand, like kind of last 1 minute demand block that got created. I would look at this as a nice liquidity POI. It's backed by liquidity. Could get a nice reaction coming into that demand POI. And then you have this 3 minute order block. Last bearish candle before the aggressive expansion, leaving an efficiency. This is another demand POI that you can have marked out on your chart. Liquidity, I'll keep it right here so I can keep it on my chart for the upload, for the update when I take the picture. But I think that's all we can be really looking at on Fartcoin. We broke structure back to bearish. We create a lower high for a lower low right here. Maybe we create a lower high for a lower low again, or we squeeze, grab that high. Maybe you pull your range from bottom to top, or you squeeze, have a rotation back up here to test this 3260 area. Yeah. So Fartcoin is clear. I'm gonna actually make sure I get this breaker structure in here. Not really too much to look at right now because we don't have no high probability range formation. So just be patient and wait for your high probability schematics on Fartcoin. Update these inside the Discord real quick. And then we're gonna move on to what's next, XRP. Fartcoin. High probability POIs. No high probability range formation. Boom. Post that. Send it to my telly. Pretty soon I'm gonna be having like weekly streams for the VIP members. So if y'all not in the VIP, make sure y'all, join the VIP. Cause I do find these setups each and every week. Like, I've been doing it for so long. Yes, I make mistakes because I'm a human. I'm not a robot. But at the same time, like, once I actually dial down on my psychology and my discipline, my risk management, most important, my trading is gonna take a turn. Like it's gonna be like just taking off like a rocket ship. But I've been seeing a lot of improvement, a lot, and it feels good. It just shows if you continue to pursue something and you give it all you got, like nothing can stop you. Nothing can stop you. Not nobody telling you you're not gonna make it. Not negativity. Like all that is just irrelevant. Right now, I'm definitely gonna set an alert up here. I'm gonna try to front run it a little bit. And then I will set an alert at this demand POI right here. And yeah, it's not too much. You can set an alert at this supply POI also, because maybe we start to create some type of range. But you can just like check your charts and see what price doing. And if you see price start to create some type of range, then you can, you can set your alert at the range high, range low, and just wait for your high probability setup. Not much to look at on Fartcoin. Let me check Ethereum real quick. We just got an alert on Ethereum. Ethereum came back and tapped into this demand, and now it's moving higher. Ethereum kind of looking like it's trying to set up for a distribution schematic low key. I kind of like this because we kind of starting to see signs of exhaustion. Maybe we start to see signs of exhaustion right now, and then we go into our high probability range. Maybe we'll sweep this liquidity, come back down, and create our range low. Then we come up, sweep that, come back up, boom. That's your confirmation to go short. We'll see though. I'm gonna keep Ethereum on my chart just in case it starts to develop into something. But let's check out XRP. Am I cooking? Like, be honest. Am I cooking, chat? If I ain't cooking, let me know. I'm gonna end stream. If I ain't cooking, let me know, bro. I do the same thing every week though, bro. I've been doing this for so long, bro. I'm telling you, bro. And I'm only gonna get better and better and better. My discipline only gonna grow because I actually take accountability for my mistakes. I don't just hide and like just lie about me losing a funded account. Like I could, you know what I'm saying? Like I'd rather be transparent, right? Because I know like sooner or later I'm gonna be where I want to be in trading as far as my own individual trading, and it's gonna just help me be able to, help more people because they're gonna be able to trust me and understand like, okay, he didn't fake it, he didn't just see that, he didn't just try to say that, oh, he was making it, he was making all this money and he was just, like he showed us his losses too. And everybody take losses, bro. Ain't nobody perfect. So yeah, we're gonna keep working. Whenever I have a supply POY and we sweep that supply POY, did we sweep it? Oh, we didn't sweep that. Okay, smooth. We actually respected that. But I was gonna say I look at it as a liquidity grab, but we actually respected this supply POY, which is nice to see. Right. Yep. We mitigated it a lot, but we respected it at the end of the day. So now we SFP this low, and then we ended up kind of SFPing it again. God dang. We constantly SFPing. We finally got a breaker structure right there, but we still started SFPing, leaving all this buy side liquidity. And then we come down. We create a range. We sweep the high. We rotate towards the low, sweep the low, tap into demand, and now we seeing the move higher. And then we left demand on the move higher. What other demand POIs do we have? We have this demand POI that we can potentially be looking at. And do we have any high probability supply POIs? I would say we do not. Maybe right here. I think this would probably be the highest supply POI that we have. Yeah, if I had to draw out a supply PO, I'd probably draw this out right here. Let's actually see what it looked like on the higher time frame. Is it an order block or what? It's a 5 minute. Okay, bet. You got a 5 minute order block. Last bullish candle before the aggressive expansion, leaving inefficiency. Nice. Could expect a reaction coming into that supply POR if we didn't mitigate it, and don't look like we did. Cookie, appreciate it, brother. Appreciate that ATML, bro. That boy say cooking with a chef emoji. Okay. Let's actually see what the higher time frame breaker structure was though, real quick. Let me drag out this demand POI. Get rid of this real quick. So on the higher time frame, did we break structure back to bearish? Look like it might be a 45 or 30 minute. So it's definitely a 45-minute breaker structure up here. So we broke structure back to bearish. We had a slow grind down, mitigated demand, and now we just seeing a bounce. Our market structure low would be a lower high for a lower low. Let's see, 3 hour, 2 hour, 2 consecutive bullish candles. I hate when it's like the market structure looks like this, because you have 2 consecutive bullish candles, but it's like, this is really consolidation. Like, it's sideways price action, not really like the best market structure to be looking at, to be honest. But I mean, it's not valid, to be honest. I mean, I wouldn't say this is valid. This is not valid market structure. So let's go to the lower time frame and see, do we have any valid market structure? I wouldn't consider it valid. I mean, it could be valid, but it's just sketchy. So you got a lower high or a higher low for a higher high, and then you got a higher low for a lower high for a higher high for a higher, or a higher low for a higher high. Okay, so I would say this was your breaker structure back to bullish right there, and it's kind of backed by this demand POI. So maybe we can put some significance on this. Set an alert at this demand POI right there, and then this last extreme demand POI. Definitely set an alert up here at this only supply POI that's high probability. And let's fix this on the lower time frame, and then we're good. XRP updated. Nothing to look at on XRP for real. Yeah, nothing to look at. Fix this. Yeah, price need time. Price need time to create a high probability range environment. Right now we just have low time frame, like consolidation, V-shape, recovery. After this breaker structure, we could start to see some type of range formation. We start to come up and maybe come back down, then we might see some type of hold on, because I'm thinking we broke structure, so maybe we create some type of accumulation schematic, sweeping this, or maybe coming all the way down here towards this demand. But I ain't gonna pre-plan too much on this pair, because it's like, unless I see a setup, I don't even want to be trying to pre-plan, or a high probability range formation. I'm gonna just let it do what it do. So let me update this chart. We got XRP. High probability POIs. Wait for a high probability range formation. Stay patient. Bro, stay patient. I wouldn't even look to take a trade on XRP right now. If you take a trade on XRP right now, you're hoping for profit at that point, because it ain't no high probability range. You have no edge if you trade the way I trade. Sean, oh no, not my boy Sean, bro. Hold on, nah. I'm about to crash out, bro. That's my dog right there on broski. We go way back. Sean, what's good, gang, bro? What's good, bro? That's lit as hell. Sean, I'm tuned in, bro. Bro, Sean, bro, I appreciate everything you done for me in the past, gang. I don't know if I told you that, bro, but I appreciate it, bro. Hey, I ain't make it where I wanted to in 2K, bro, but I still appreciate everything you did for me, bro. Bro. My boy Sean done tuned in. Wait till I tell Curb. Hey, I'm gonna tell Curb, bro. That's gonna be funny as hell, boy. Oh, bro. All right. XRP is clear. Solana. What is Solana doing? Solana, boy. I don't know what Solana doing. So we broke market structure on the 3 hour. We still have this liquidity down below. We have equal lows below. Yeah, because we got this liquidity, and then we got this low, and now we actually have another low, and maybe we create another low. So, like, I don't know. We starting to create a lot of lows. But we did break market structure on the higher time frame by the bullish. Let's look at the higher time frame on Solana real quick. How do you hide drawings? Hide drawings. If you really wanted to do top-down analysis, bro, I could break this chart down so good, but I ain't gonna do too much. I ain't gonna do too much. On the monthly, it looked like we may be creating a lower high for a lower low, maybe. Yeah, I literally called out this short on Solana though, bro. Like, was looking at this short before the liquidation event happened. I was already looking at this short. Where is it at? I was already looking at this short right here with all this sell side liquidity. I don't know if I saved it. Let me check. Oh, stop loss got front run. Okay. So I took this one and it went into a higher time frame. I don't know if I saved it. Probably didn't. Was it that short though? I think it was. Or was it right here? Yeah, it was that short. Before the liquidation event. Cause you could just peep it, bro. Look at this sell side liquidity. This was a very good opportunity. You could have shorted it, took a partial right here, still had a runner, and then the liquidation event happened, and then boom, you make a whole bunch of money just cause you was disciplined enough to, you know, keep a position open and not try to just secure profits right away. But Solana right now, it looks as if we grab this liquidity POI right here. Go to the lower time frame. We grab that liquidity POI that I had marked out to the left of us. Disrespect all these demand POIs so I can get rid of all of this. Let's see if we have any supply that got created. I'll try to do Solana quick. I'll try to cook up real quick. So we have this supply right here. I think this may be a 15-minute order block. Oh no, 60. Nope, 45. Okay, a 45-minute order block. That last bullish candle before the aggressive expansion towards the downside. Once again, leaving inefficiency. We do have nice buy side liquidity up above. We could get a nice reaction from that. Let's see where our extreme liquidity is. Does it look clean on lower time frame? No, it doesn't. Oh yes, it do. It definitely looked clean on lower time frame too. If these are equal lows, the low of this candle is 67.22. The low of this candle is 67.22. Perfect. That's what you want to see. I'm just gonna actually use this as my supply. I would expect to react from this. If not, then I think we go higher, and maybe we react from some supply over here. Maybe. Let me see. Got this supply right here. I'm gonna mark out all these supply POIs just so I can be prepared, because each of these is a supply POI. You got a nice inefficiency right there, and it's backed by liquidity. Nice buy side liquidity. You could even use this one. So yeah, those are supply POIs, and then got this liquidity POI right here. This is how I go about finding high probability setups. So when people be like, bro, how did you do that? Like, again, like, oh my God, another setup, 20%, 15%, 10%, 7%. Like, it's just work, you know? You show up every day and you just mark out your POIs. And then when you see price start to create a high probability range, you set your alert at the range high, the range low. Very simple. And then boom. You wait for your confirmations. Depending on if you sweep the high first, then you look for a potential distribution schematic. But if you sweep the low first, then you look for a potential accumulation schematic. It's not hard. You just got to put in the work. The TA is easy. The hard part is the discipline, the making sure I risk only 1% each setup, unless it's like a setup where you come into your demand POI, right, for a potential model 2 distribute or accumulation schematic. You get your breaker structure back to bullish right here, and you actually was present at the time of the actual breaker structure. There's no room for error. You just have nice local buy side liquidity, and you can enter these type of trades with high risk, like 2% risk, because as soon as price pulls back and then goes higher, you can already just move your stop loss to break even. You got a risk-free trade. But if it's not like that, then you really need to make sure you're managing your risk and risking 1%, because there's a random distribution between wins and losses for any given set of variables that define an edge. So you know, like, if you have an edge in the market, especially if you have a high win rate like TCT or Wyckoff, whatever you want to call it, like, you know, most of the time if you taking high probability setups and it's influence with the majors, that you have a high chance of the trade playing out. But it doesn't matter, because I mean, it don't mean that you over risk every single trade. You still gotta be disciplined and build those good habits, because you might just get overconfident like I did, right? And you might blow your account for no reason, because you decided to start over risking. But me personally, I didn't blow my account for over risking. Like, I just was clicking the button, and it wasn't like me clicking the button with my edge, right? When I click the button with my edge, most of the time it plays out like I have a high win rate when it's just me taking setups based off my edge, right? Which I was doing the whole time, but then I got into that 100K account and I just wanted to make money, and I'm like, just started clicking the button, going long, and it could have worked out. I could have made good money, but it's like over the long run, it's like it's not beneficial for me. So sometimes when I do that and I lose my account, yeah, I'd be like, damn, bro. But at the same time, sometimes I'd be happy. Believe it or not, I'd be happy sometimes because it's like, bro, I'm glad I lost this account because I was gonna lose it eventually, anyways. You know, if I would have kept doing, because that's me building bad habits. I don't want to build bad habits because I plan on doing this long term, right? So if I want to do this long term and actually be successful, then I need to create good habits. I gotta create the best habits that's gonna ensure me success in the future. So if y'all really want to take trading serious, like y'all gotta be okay. This is not a good demand POI. That's why I always go to the lower time frame. You see this? It's not clean. When it's like this, boom, get rid of it. Now this is a good demand POI down here. We got a demand POI right here that's kind of backed by some sell side liquidity. So this would be a good POI. It is demand. It is demand right here though. Do got this demand POI. And yeah, that's what we're looking at right now. On Solana. Solana updated. That was quick. It's not really too much to look at. We're getting an aggressive move towards the upside. Leaving demand. Now we just wait for our high probability range creations. Just stay patient. Yeah. I'll set an alert. I'll set, really, I don't really need to set an alert for real. Because price could just come back down, tap it, and go higher. Like, if anything, I'll just be patient because it's no, like, you want range creations or formations to be, like, within, like, 12, 18 hours a day. You know, so you probably have to wait a whole another day. We might catch a trade on Solana if it creates some type of high probability range and environment in the next 2 days, right? So it's like it's no need to set an alert. If anything, you can set an alert up here at this liquidity POI, and then maybe add this demand POI down here that got created on this aggressive bullish candle right there. Those would be some good alerts to set, but setting them right here, you just gonna be just hearing alerts go off for no reason. It ain't worth it. So yeah, alert set for Solana. Let me post this real quick. All about the habits. If you didn't blow that account, you would have never be. If you didn't blow that account, you would have never become profitable. Let him cook. Oh, bro, let him cook, bro. Hey, ATML, bro. Only few will understand that. Oh, bro, I might post that on my ex, bro. I ain't giving you no credit either, oh, bro. Nah, I'm just like, I ain't giving you no credit. I'm trolling, but that's funny as hell, bro. He just cooked. I ain't gonna lie, from the screenshot that. I gotta save that. Hold on, bro. I gotta save that one. I'm gonna post that, bro. I'm gonna tag you. That's hard as hell. If you didn't blow that account, you would have never become profitable. Facts. Factual. That's hard. Okay. Alert set on Solana. Let me hurry up and update these on my socials real quick, and we can move on. Next, we're gonna check y'all Pepe, Sui, and Whiff. These are our majors. And then if y'all want me to check out any secondary pairs, I will. Even though I'm kind of tired, but I still will. I'll check it quick though. I probably won't do like what I'm doing right now, but I'll check it real fast and see if there's anything that looks clean. Any high probability range formations, really. If I don't see no high probability range in environment, then it's like I'm wasting my time. But Solana, um, wait for your high probability range formation. Stay patient. It's that simple. Like, it's nothing else to do on Solana. Make sure I go show love on my ex too. I think I just sent this to Roland on accident. Did I just send that to him on accident? Hold on, let me check my Telegram real quick. Then I click something else. Send that. Okay, forward. Boom, boom. Bro, why my Telegram not loading? All good. I ain't tripping. Let me actually send this one more time just in case it didn't send. Yeah, once I'm done with this stream, man, everybody laughing. You're not getting no credit. Oh, bro. Alright, let's move on to the next one. Pepe. See what Pepe doing. Okay, Pepe bounced from this demand POI. So you see why I just pre-plan these POIs? Like if I wanted to, like if I truly wanted to, bro, I could start trading supply and demand. Like all jokes aside. Every day I mark out POIs and I come back on the chart to update my POIs the next day, and I see that price bounce from one of my demand POIs or one of my supply POIs, and I'd be like, bro, like, I might have started trading supply and demand, bro. But it's like I gotta stick to my edge in the market, my one edge, and that's just trading distribution and accumulation schematics, bro, because I'm good at it, you know. But sometimes you be like, dang, bro, I wish I learned how to trade supply and demand, or I wish I learned how to trade like, I wouldn't say trend lines really, because like trend lines really boring. Now let me stop. Some people is profitable trading trend lines, but it's like supply and demand, bro. That's one of the ones that I was like, dang, I could really like learn how to trade supply and demand. It's easy, bro. You put out your POIs, you wait for price to come there, and maybe you have some type of confirmation that gives you the green light to take the trade, right? But I wouldn't know what that green light is unless I started studying it and, you know, researching it, researching other people who trade supply and demand, taking their advice and learning from them. And then, you know, I end up probably being profitable just off supply and demand for real. But I'm gonna stick to trading my distribution and accumulation schematics, man. They show up every single week, and when you know how to trade them effectively, like, man, profitability is in reach. Put it like that. But as far as Pepe, we bounced from this demand POI. Did we break market structure back to bullish? 4 hour, 3 hour. Okay, so we did break structure back to bullish on the 3 hour. Had a very aggressive breaking structure back to bullish. Right here, this is a high probability range. Mid time frame too. So you got your low, you got your high, and then you got your lower low. And then you end up breaking structure back to bullish. You could even just use this as your market structure, a high, a higher low for a higher high. And then right here, you have 2 consecutive bullish candles, but you don't have 2 consecutive bearish candles. So this is just one move down, right? So whenever in the uptrend, you always pull your range from top to bottom, and this is your new range. It's kind of like a potential setup on Ethereum. So let's see what's actually happening on this pair. Cause we might find something. Let me pull up Ethereum real quick. Is it Ethereum? Dang, Ethereum started moving higher. We disrespected these supply POI. I'm not gonna lie. Definitely look at this as a liquidity grab now. That's why you don't put too much significance on these type of supply POIs. Liquidity grab. But what was I looking at that had a potential? Oh, it was Doge. Yeah, it was Doge. I'm gonna keep Doge open. But Doge is clean because it's like distribution schematic that goes over into an accumulation schematic. You already potentially see market makers filling their long positions in this very low time frame accumulation schematic. Like, man, I've seen it so many times where you don't even have to think about it. You can take this trade in your sleep with the right confirmations. I had a trade on Fartcoin. My biggest trade on Fartcoin was the distribution schematic that went over into the accumulation schematic. Let me show y'all real quick. Well, it's not my biggest trade no more, but it was my biggest trade. Same, bro. My support and resistance work pretty well. Sometimes I feel like I should trade using only supply and resist or support and resistance. Nah, facts, bro. I'm trying to tell you, bro. Hey, harsh, bro. Hey, hit me up, gang. Let me know, bro. Cause hey, 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 man, come on. I ain't gonna say too much, but if y'all see me start trading supply and demand, support and resistance, hey, just know. Just know I don't know. I had to try. What is BTC doing? Okay, let me pull out Fartcoin real quick. Just to show y'all the comparison. Right? Because I'll never forget this Fartcoin trade. It was my biggest trade. It was a 47 RR, bro. And it wasn't like perfect entry or nothing. I ain't gonna sugarcoat. But it was just lit, bro. You know what I'm saying? I took the trade perfect. I got a good entry. Didn't hesitate, and yeah, ended up eating good that day. Boy, I ended up eating good that day. So it was right here. So you was creating higher lows and higher highs. This was your range. Creating higher lows and higher highs. You pull your range from top to bottom. You ended up getting like a second tap and a third tap that was very close, right? It was kind of sketchy. So I didn't take the short position. I didn't take the short. But then once I seen price deviate this low, I was like, oh yeah, market makers could be filling their position to push price higher. Plus we bounce from some type of demand on the lower time frame. And I'm about to pull it up right now just to show y'all. But I just wanted to show y'all, like, if y'all can like see this pattern, like you just gotta be able to see it in the moment, bro. Even this distribution right here, like, bro, I could have took this distribution, but I wasn't paying attention to Fartcoin no more. And I took my whole entire partials once price pulled back, right? So I wasn't disciplined. I could have took a partial at the technical target and left my runner for this liquidity POI that I had marked out on the left, that it actually went all the way to that liquidity POI. So it's like, you learn, you live and you learn. But where is it at? Is it right here? It might be my first one. Nope. 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 What the freak? Bro, where's my... Nah, bro, I'm about to crash out. I'm about to crash out, bro. Look at this, bro. This played out well. Look at this, bro. Oh my god, this was a crazy pre-plan. Like, stop playing. I'm really like that. Boy, if I would have entered long without no type of confirmation, I would have been done, boy. Oh, bro. See, in these situations, boy, hell nah. Okay, nah, seriously, though. Okay, this was a nice long right here. Nice accumulation. I don't see where my, I don't need this. What is this? I don't need that no more. Reconfirmation. Don't know what that is. And then group 5 is another accumulation schematic right here. Then you had an internal distribution schematic. That was so clean, bro. Like, when price action does what it's supposed to do, bro, it's like, man, bro, where's my position though, bro? That's kind of sketchy. That's kind of sketchy. Maybe I gotta scroll up. Yeah, it's not here, bro. That's sad though. But if I go to my X, like, I can show you on my X. Let me see if it pops up on my X, honestly. That's crazy, bro. What the freak? I gotta find this now, bro, because I'm kind of mad right now. Because where is it at? I thought I saved it, bro. That was one of my best trades. Damn, that was one of my best trades, and I don't even see it. Can I find this real quick? Or is it gonna take me forever? Bruh. GG's. Man, I'm pissed. I'm so mad right now, bruh. Cause that was my first like good trade, and I don't even have my TA for it. I know it's on my X somewhere, but I don't know how to find it quick. If I knew how to find it quick, it would be easier. Do any of y'all know how to find like trades and stuff that you took real fast? Normally I go in here and I just type my name in and then type fart coins. Oh, I can find it. Hold on. I can find it because I gotta remember that I didn't use the money sign. I used the hashtag. Yeah, GG's. Maybe my bookmarks. I'm gonna find this trade. Watch this. Even Teo though, even the recent Teo trade, this was hard. Wait, is that it? No. Let me find this real quick, bro. I have to find this now. Like, if I don't find it in the next 5 seconds or in the next 10 seconds, oh, right here. Is it? Oh, right here. Boom. K-Sec, stop playing, bro. I do this. Bro, you deviated the low, and then you had a move up, which indicated potential market makers filling their long positions to reverse price. You had nice sell side liquidity or buy side liquidity, right? A whole bunch of lower highs on the move down. And then you came and you tapped into that extreme demand POI that got created, and you bounced from a demand POI over here. This don't even look clean right now looking back at it because we mitigated it right here. So maybe it looked it cleaner on a lower time frame. I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, I ended up entering somewhere around here, had a tight stop loss, and boom, that jump with the TP. This was my best trade, and this was what, July 16th? All right, man. I woke up, bro. I called out of work. I ain't go to work that day. I was chilling. Oh, bro, I was chilling, bro. You got man. I went to go get some breakfast, boy. That breakfast was hitting. I had French toast and I had what I had. I had French toast and pancakes, bro. And then I had some steak. Cause I went with my cousin. He had ordered steak. That bit was busting. All right, back to the charts. Yo, boy, you went off topic. Did I just go off topic? Nah, I don't think so. I just had to show y'all that, bro. I had to show y'all I wasn't lying. Oh, bro. All right, let me finish. Let me finish real quick, cause hey, it's almost time for me to go to sleep. I gotta wake up early. I might not have to wake up early, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. But Farcoin updated. Doge look like it might just keep pushing. Market makers may have already filled their positions. I just closed out BTC on accident. Yeah, market maker. I mean, potentially we could get a slow retracement. Maybe tomorrow or Thursday, and then we get a setup coming Friday, Saturday. So that'd be nice if it happens. And then Pepe, let's go ahead and draw out our third top POI. Since we did mitigate demand, it would be better if, oh damn, it might be already confirmed low key. This might be confirmed, but I don't know. Let me see. Did we grab extreme demand or did we grab extreme supply or liquidity? Let me see. We gotta move up, move down. We came back down, then we broke structure back to bullish right here. We didn't really leave no demand below the low of this. This not valid, to be honest. I wouldn't even like look to take this. It's no valid entry. What we can do though, we still can draw out demand POIs, because if price comes into like this demand POI right here, and we get a actual high probability accumulation schematic, you can take it. Just because we came into this demand POI and you get your setup, you get your high probability setup. But besides that, I would prefer probably to get like a model 1 sweeping this low once more. Right, you can draw out this as your extreme liquidity POI and set an alert right there, because maybe you come all the way down and you sweep that liquidity POI and then you get your confirmation. But I would prefer a model 1 just sweeping this low, honestly. So we'll set an alert right there, and then we'll see what happens coming into this demand that got created on the move higher. And those are the only 2 alerts that you need on Pepe. I'll put it up a little bit, and I'll put this one on that low. If we start to lose that low, then boom. See what happens, see what's going on. I would prefer for a model 1 though. A model 1 would give me the most conviction in the trade playing out. Either a model 1 or a reaccumulation schematic coming into this demand POI. Alert set. Boom. Update this real quick. How many more we got? We got 2 more. We got Sui and Whiff. Excuse me. So Pepe, looking for a high probability accumulation schematic coming into our demand POI, resting below, or a potential mid-time frame model 1 accumulation schematic. Trade your confirmations, not your expectations. Boom. Okay. Copy. Let me send this out real quick, and then we're gonna move on. Where we going to Sui? Look at this, bro. Like, this is some bull. It's some bull, bro. I was looking for a short on this jump, bro. Could not get the short. Sometimes you just don't get it. Okay. Let's see. We tapped into this demand POI. You see what I mean, bro? Nah, bro. I'm done with this, bro. I'm switching to demand and I'm switching to support and resistance, bro. Yo, Harsh, let's lock in, bro. Cause ain't no way. Get a perfect freaking mitigation. You could look at this as a potential accumulation schematic or a distribution schematic that goes over into an accumulation schematic. It's a little sketchy, a little sketchy, but let's see what we have. Yeah, this sketchy, very sketchy. I don't really see too much I like right now. Any supply POIs. Okay. Got this supply POI that you can mark out. And that's really all I would be looking at. Probably just this supply POI. Maybe this liquidity POI right here. But a really good supply POI or a good POI actually, if y'all want me to give y'all a little tip, is when price have like supply, right? And you mitigate that POI or you mitigate that supply, it's good to use this as your liquidity. Use that liquidity, that supply, that high of the supply that got mitigated is very, I'm telling you. Let's see what type of reaction we get from this liquidity POI. We might not get none, but I've been starting to notice that when you have like a POI, supplier demand POI, and it gets mitigated, then when price come back up, instead of like, it'll react from that, it'll grab that liquidity from that supplier demand POI. And you will see like some type of reaction and stuff, so good to look at that. It's not really nothing to look at right now though. Did we break structure back to bearish on the higher time frame? What's the higher time? What's the time frame? 3 hour. It's just a 3 hour market structure, breaker structure. What's the high of this candle? 7-4. Okay, bet. So yeah, it's a 3 hour breaker structure back to bullish. Let me put that on my chart. And then looking at that leg, we broke structure right here. We got a lower high for a lower low. Expectation of order flow is still a lower high for a lower low until we start to take out this high. We actually SFP'd the low first, not really giving us a convincing breaker structure, and then we end up getting a breaker structure right here. So we just got to be patient. Nothing really much to look at on SUI. We got a liquidity POI. You could say that this is a potential distribution schematic that goes over into an accumulation schematic, but it don't look super clean as of right now, so I'll get rid of this. Okay, SUI. SUI. Wait for your high probability schematics. Stay disciplined and patient. Okay, post that in my Discord. Boom, copy, post. All right, chat. We got one more. I don't know how long this stream was. And it's only stream. It's only long. It's even longer because I be updating on my charts while I'm streaming. If I just was to go through without doing a little extra update, I mean, it'll be a little bit shorter. But it's like, hey, I'm giving y'all game, you know. Y'all can learn how I go about looking for setups and implement this type of TA into your TA, you know. So it's really good if you're new to trading and you want to learn how to actually find setups and be able to consistently make 10% each month in these markets. It's good to, you know. So you see how this demand POI right here, this demand POI ended up getting swept. So I would look at this as a liquidity grab instead of a demand failure. But I mean, both of them are the same. And sometimes that's why you see my liquidity and then you will see my demand. And I just put it at 6 because it failed. Let's see. What do we have on with? We broke 1 hour market structure back to bullish. Expectation order flows a higher low for a higher high. We SFP the high. Kind of had a distribution schematic at the highs, but we did not hit the technical target, technically speaking. If you look at this as a 1, a 2, and then a 3, if you're just looking at the chart without actually breaking it down. Let's see, do we have any supply? I guess you could look at this as a supply POI, but I gotta see what it look like on the lower time frame. Okay, I'm almost done, chat. I'm almost done. Oh, bro, I'm so happy because I'm tired. I'm about to KO. I had just went to the gym. I was at the gym for like an hour and 30 minutes putting in work. And then I come home and I hop on the charts and I stream for y'all, you know, put in more work. Why? Because nobody's going to put in the work for me. So guess what? My dumb ass got to put in the work. No, let me stop. But nah, nobody going to put in the work for you, man. You know what I'm saying? And like I always post on X, if y'all want to look at my tweet, what my tweet say, the results you dream of are hiding in the work you are avoiding. The breakthrough you seek is buried in the discipline you're resisting. I got a breakthrough coming very soon. But unless I have this right here, I will never see this breakthrough. Right? So the breakthrough you seek is buried in the discipline you're resisting. And then the results you dream of are hiding in the work you are avoiding. So basically, in short, put in the work. And eventually the results will catch up. Eventually everything that you want will come to par. As long as you actually putting in the work. Now we do have demand being created on the move up. Let's see what type of demand POIs we have. Get rid of this. This is our last. This is my last chart I'm going to do since I am tired as hell. And since I went to the gym, I'm going to use that as an excuse to go to sleep. Nah, let me stop. But I am tired, bro. Kind of got like a little minor headache, to be honest. I probably need to go make me some food. Probably go make me some eggs or something before I go to sleep. Plus it's 3 o'clock in the morning. But we gotta get this work in. And during the week, like, believe it or not, bro, I lose so much sleep during the week. When I'm like literally putting in this work and I'm giving out these setups to my community, bro, I'm losing sleep. Like, all jokes aside. Hey, sometimes you just have to lose sleep in order to be great, though. That's part of the process, you know. So you just gotta accept it and just, you know, understand, like, it's worth it at the end of the day. So we kind of have some type of distributive price action coming in right now. And we have our initial range high and we have an initial range low. but we don't have no supply POIs that we're rejecting from. We grab buy side liquidity right here. Let's see if this is a valid range pool. So it is a valid range pool because you have your 30-minute market structure, breaker structure back to bullish. You create a higher low for a higher high right here, or a higher low. You got your high and then your low, and then you tap into the equilibrium, confirming this as a range. So right now we kind of have a range on whiff, but it could be early. This range could just be signs of exhaustion, and we could sweep this high, come down, sweep the high once more, come into the supply POI, and we get our 3-tap distribution schematic potentially. So just be patient, set your alert at the range high, at the range low, and go from there. Also, I'll set an alert at this demand POI. It's kind of backed by that breaker structure confirmation that we got. That, what was it, a 30-minute or 15-minute? It was a 15-minute. Okay. And this is not really no true demand down here. You could use it as a demand POI, but on a lower time frame, it's not. So that's why I don't use it. But y'all can actually use it. And sometimes, even if it's not valid, we probably still get a bounce. Sometimes you still get a bounce from that demand. But I would just prefer not to use it. I forgot to post this. Pepe. Sui. I forgot to post Sui. Let me copy this real quick and post my Sui chart. Edit message. Okay. Post this in my Discord. My X. We got whiff. Possibly seeing signs of exhaustion. We do have a confirmed range, but I would need to see a high probability schematic in order to click the button. Stay disciplined, patient. Okay. Boom. And WIF is updated. All the main crypto trading pairs is updated. And we had technical difficulties in the beginning of the stream. I don't even know if the Wi-Fi is still on. Let me see if the Wi-Fi turned back on. No, the Wi-Fi is still off. That is crazy. Wi-Fi is still off. That's crazy, bro. I don't know what happened to the Wi-Fi. The Wi-Fi just don't want to work today. Excuse me. Shout out to everybody who tuned into the stream, man. I hope y'all was able to get something out of this. Just felt like doing a public stream today. And, you know, seeing if we could potentially see any type of setups. Not really no high probability range formations as of right now. But hopefully y'all was able to gain knowledge and an understanding of how to go about, you know, doing your TA the proper way so that you can be able to find high probability setups and execute on them when the time comes. It's been your boy Markel Simons, aka K4. And as always, I'm gonna catch y'all in the next one, man. Make sure y'all click the link in my description. Join the VIP mentorship. Come trade with me. Come take the trades I take. Come have one-on-one calls. I can help you understand how to really find these setups each and every week. And yeah, I'm gonna catch y'all in the next one, man. ATML, good night, brother. Appreciate you tuning in. And I'm gone. Peace.